the void... Did his void change? Suppose so. At least the grass feels softer and more luscious, it seems. Jones? Maybe there's still a beach. Maybe he's still down at it. Jones.
Really? You would not contact me for no reason.
Summit's up. I don't know what the bally hell is going on, but some words coming out of my mouth are not reflecting my mind.
Freudian slip or something else?
Unless I'm slowly becoming more and more psychopathic.
I mean, comes with the mercenary work, but I doubt it.
I mean, I suppose, but I already got the... Literally earlier today I was comforting someone after their fucking ma died. And yet before I left Iraq, I was... The words coming out of my mouth when I was thinking of Flower, I was thinking that I should have handed her a book sooner. A book from Magius. Weird nonsense beef happening between, like, Happy and Magius about this shit. I don't want it to keep going, even though I know there's a reason it's actually going in the first place. Child dispute, more or less. The words that came out of my mouth was saying that I wish I snapped her neck. I don't know if there's something up with me head or something happening with the soul transfer.
Shouldn't.
Maybe give him a check.
Really?
Let me...
Your dimensional thumbprints. Odd. Muddied. Like, everyone has a dimensional thumbprint, a kind of similar aura to them when they are from the same universe.
I see.
Something I can see, and
I was born on the same planet that Zephyra's on, and that place is apparently labeled as a nexus in terms of metaverse shit.
Technically, yes, but still same universe.
True.
Difference between people who are from there originally or migrate there. But yours is slightly different than it last was. But similar to ours.
Do you think someone stayed when you did that transfer? That's blue. Why is there blue? Why is there a tiny tinge of blue on it?
Same thing as flowers. That's what I felt.
Can I have that back? I won't lie, it feels... Because I thought you pulled out my whole soul there. That's why I was questioning why there was blue on it.
It was only a part. Don't worry. Yeah.
What the hell? Am I clearer water now, I guess?
Yes, that was the only bit a very small fraction, but familiar.
Familiar because it's flour, or familiar because it's that damn void?
Familiar because I know who it's from. It's hard to forget a soul when you get bonded to it.
I know when I was trying to talk with Flau about trying to get some magic, trying to learn some magics,
Don't.
I figured.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. I at least have Magius to look to, at the very least. You look at the mage armor or something, so I'm not looking around more fucking metal on me. Turn into a 1-ton lag.
Yeah.
But
At the current moment,
was that
I
what
would
caused
not
me to
trust
speak like
Flower.
that?
Yes. I believe it's the same with them. A hijacker.
Fuck
If
me.
there I know who it is.
And even as little as it was able to hijack my words.
It's not about how much, it's about how much it can push. Knowing the right spot to prod in.
And I suppose I probably got less soul to look around in that case. Comparison to the amount of shite that's in flour, likely.
No, it's about the same. I'm used to it, but
I know I saw you doubled over in pain after we transferred.
it felt like something clawed its way through me.
Then that
Deep
small bit
burning
stuck to me.
sensation.
Whether or not it stuck to the body or managed to snag a bit onto my soul as we passed by, but
Well, I believe when Shadow People did the transfer of you lot,
hey, I still need to
Flowers
report that to Trent.
hijacker stayed partly with the body and partly with the soul.
Aye. Her halo stayed with the body, but the soul that was apparently her sword stayed with her. Hence why neither of us could use it. Ballyale. This is another thing I'm too out of my league for again, isn't it?
I've dealt with it before. Recently.
Maybe I have. I know I've fought a shadow before, but that was what was labelled as a nightmare.
No, those ones.
Aye.
Another corporation trying to bide their way into the world.
Trying to become the
Aye.
body and not the shadow that follows. Is that it?
Probably. I'm sure they want to try and get to me since they seem to like mimicking people. Though I doubt they'll have any success with it.
Then they're likely to mimic me as well. I know one of the notes I got when I arrived at that bloody place made mention of some doctor. Unless it meant director, and I know you've already given up that bloody title. So I'm assuming it's doctor. I don't even know who,
I'll
it
have to
just
see.
says doctor with scanning tech. That was apparently used to find weak points. I at least learned that with some shadows, cold is better than heat.
Along with light helps.
Aye.
Though not too much. They seem to adapt to it.
I think I heard about that. That's why when I was in Flau's body, I was trying to keep things, well, varied. Make sure they couldn't stay used to something enough to adapt. Also, what the fuck was that damn thing? I didn't even look
Well-
like no shadow. It looked like some experiment ran loose. Something that looked like... So it looked like you fucking squashed every limb of a person in a hydraulic press and it still moved.
Oh, that is something they took from a facility. Broke it out of its cage and, well, took it with them.
Suppose I'm not going to get the chance to get this book of truth over to Flower at any time soon. Not until that corruption is dealt with in.
It seems so.
Because I know that while she herself is nice, that other side
It
attempted
is
to
not.
strangle me at one point, if only for 1 second.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I have someone to speak to, and more
I
than
still
likely
need
will
to-
confirm my theory.
I don't know when it'd be... I feel like it'd be wiser for me to meet up with Trent rather than give him a report. That way all the faults I can actually state directly.
More than likely, yes. You do have a contact with him, I'm sure of it.
Probably. It's more a
Right.
factor of when to meet up, I suppose. Ideally,
Indeed.
now, but I imagine he's likely busy with whatever fucking cardinal business he gets up to.
Yes.
Maybe we could test UV light against him, see if that does out.
Don't try anything. Keep vigilant. I do not believe they'll be as big of a threat as many of the others we faced, but they could always pull something.
It's not gonna be fucking Necros, but goddammit, seeing me own body lying in the snow while I was in Flower's body gave me
Chills. yeah.
every fucking fear I had at once. Damn near all of it,
I know.
barring the black hole. Sure, I know I've got a certain comfort in knowing that, in technicality, I'm never going to break Jonah's promise. Assuming Priest Nab grabs me soul out of my body in time if I die.
I do not believe.
So that means that, at least with him, I'm never going to get to Karen's Ferry, which means I'm never going to break the promise.
Max died at the end of that mission. The
I
final
know.
one with Necros.
I know. I spotted it, but my mind refused to take it in.
Acknowledged it. That's why
My mind
he's
was too
needed
busy
to-
distracted by other matters, I think, for it to properly process. Seeing his body hauled in behind me, though.
Oh,
God. I can only
I kept
imagine
us
what he's
all-
going. I can only imagine what he's going through.
we are working on rebuilding the body, but currently he's stuck with
What you have.
trying to work with the different chassis he has access to.
Yeah. Fuck me sideways.
I really know. Get your rest. We will speak again soon.
Aye. Maybe I can get a report. Maybe I could see about organising a meet-up with Trent on Tuesday, perhaps. That day I know I'm not
Perhaps.
doing much, aside from my usual workshoppings. Maybe I can just try and explain what I know, what I learned in Flow's body. Maybe at some point I can head over to Max.
He's staying with us at the moment.
Maybe I can head over to Matthias and see about trying to learn some additional magics. That mage armor sounds like it should be something I work towards.
Do tread carefully with that, knowing that Happy's putting out bounties for them.
But she doesn't know where she lives. And, as far as I know, she hasn't bothered to put a tracker on me. She knows I want to stay out of this business.
Want to and actually are two different things.
All because of a fucking kid.
You'd be surprised what people do.
I already know the potential destruction my arms can wreak. It's probably half the reason your constructs are so sturdy. Or mechanical in nature, usually.
Yes.
If I really were on a warpath, I could just pick someone up and bisect them where they stand.
You're not wrong.
I may have the strength, but I don't got the weight. I can be tossed around like a bloody doll. Like 800 bloody pounds don't even mean a damn thing. Sure, I'm dealing with a lad that could probably cause a fucking sun to form in the bloody void by snapping his fingers at this point, but... Although, speaking of you though, how are you feeling after all that shite?
Quite a lot.
You still missing pieces of
This
you
is the same place. 2. But they were major. So, you'll see.
The void is a lot more different than the last time I stayed in it, I suppose.
What have changed?
You've changed quite a bit. I know I gave you a lot of footage to overview, at least while we were trying to, especially of that moment.
I know what happened in that moment. It was
As short of a time frame as it was. My eyes only
you
caught
know,
about
like
7
short.
frames. Is he gone?
No.
Or is he just stuck in Flout?
It's my worry.
The bastard that piloted the damn thing. The damn frame.
It is my worry. I'm going to go speak with it.
It?
The Warframe.
It's still operational?
I
How?
took it when... During
I
that
could've
final bit, I had Ethan take it back to site. They are quite versatile. And, well...
I saw its chest get caved in. Unless I'm thinking of the bloody pilot.
No, the pilot was my hand. And that body was fragile. The frame about had its head taken off by Frostic. And by Baron.
Aye, I know I spotted
They did
that.
not wish for that to happen.
So you put it back before you put him in containment?
I sent it to Ethan. He repaired it, and we put it in containment.
One extra step, but same, still correct at least, I suppose. There's a certain...
They were swinging at the weapon and not the wielder.
Aye. I keep forgetting that there are pilots behind those damn things.
Most, yeah.
Atlas came to visit me in Iraq. Mainly to
That
check
one
on
is
me.
just the frame.
Mainly to check on me. I saw him have a good fight with Prostic over on Sat before all of that shit happened.
Yes, no. He does tend to enjoy those.
Ain't true. And he's surprisingly quiet for someone that punches boulders around.
Frames are built to be all around weapons of mass destruction.
I guess
One
getting
cannot
into a...
stealth, then it is not as efficient.
Well, hey. A single plane with a single bomb can do the same.
Yes. The difference is, with the frames, they were
don't even
built
have
to
an engine.
end entire wars within days.
And they don't exactly have a loud engine to let people know they're coming, like a fucking jet would.
No. So the method that
Christ.
they are created is gruesome.
I did question whether or not Atlas was organic, mechanical, or just pure rocks. To be honest.
All of them were organic at one point.
All
People
of them.
taken,
They would call me.
changed.
Jesus. Well, don't really let that happen with me, at least. Or any of us.
I do not believe
It
they.
makes it sound like all of them are
You'll
turned to
tell me
fucking meat
once.
puppets.
They lose most, if any, of their personality and memories. They become infested and all of them.
Shite.
That's,
Presumably
that's
a
the
benevolent.
reason I did not wish to kill.
Presumably a more benign variant, I suppose. So you know how I am with that bloody thing.
Yes. He
That was when I wasn't hit as badly as the others.
If I could give any of them a more peaceful existence, I wish to.
It's all I
Some
can really
of
hope
the
for.
people we work with see that as treasonous, blubbering criminals and whatnot. They can
Christ.
hurl insults at me all they wish. I do not blame them for it. But I do wish they'd see how I see.
I feel like if I did, I'd go mad. No offense. Well, looking at you,
A
you're
lot
practically like I'm staring at a lamppost. Even now. Not quite as blinding as you used to be, but still like I'm looking at the sun.
Yeah. None of that was intentional either.
Obviously.
Experiment gone awry. And you get thrown into the void and things get pulled with you when you go back.
Do you have any plans for getting yourself back to 100? To how you used to be? Before all this shit.
don't know if I wish
Before
to.
that fucking explosion.
These two that are left out became their own, regained their corporeal bodies.
Retained autonomy. What do you mean by
One.
the two that aren't you with you no more? Souls of your
One of them
teammates?
are different versions of me, different universes left dead.
Let's see.
One, he's a victim, left and abused by his circumstance. I
Shite.
saw the aftermath of his universe when I was dragged into mine. It was not pretty, and it was a shining example of that my foundation must not be.
Allowed to happen. I suppose.
That universe did not have any moral code for the anomalies it took in. They were researched, tested, and terminated.
Fuck. I know some people call me a fucking anomaly. Oh, with my bloody park and all.
Yes,
Sure.
more than likely you would be considered one. Anyone who isn't human or presents any
It wouldn't be because of the park, it's because I'm a wolf.
unnatural abilities.
Because I'm a fucking bipedal lackey. Fucking hell.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
The other one,
I don't know why the victim sounds a little familiar. Don't really
he
know why.
probably is. At least to your brother.
To Jonah? What do you mean by that?
Yes. I remember when he was slumped against that computer.
The
A while
computer
back.
that, where he had a nightmare that made him lose his taste for salad?
Malicious programming by a company I'm still investigating.
Eh?
I can separate my souls to do tasks and keep monitor of them. That one I sent in there because the company viewed me as an investor and to participate with them.
What is... Was Jonah hit by this?
Not exactly. I'm still researching, and none of this can leave this place, but
Fine. I mean, I probably wouldn't even want to
the
try and ask Jonah anyway. He stresses enough as it is.
the program created to simulate people and different experiences, creating a copy of said person. In a game of twisted murder mystery.
The fuck?
Jonah himself was poisoned by a salad.
Shite.
The soul was put in there to be an enforcer, to make sure people played by the rules.
Then... I don't...
There are a lot of things. It's very difficult to comprehend.
I hate the fact that NG's mind wants to comprehend. Suppose an NG and a
wouldn't try.
scientist aren't so different, I suppose.
No. More than likely the program is anomalous. And I'm still working on getting through the shell company of theirs. Hopefully it can be shut down, but they haven't been doing much lately, so...
Then why does he feel familiar to me? Was I got by this?
Maybe only No, you were. Now I remember.
The medical trial. That was just for a few extra, sets of credit. They made a copy of me, didn't they?
Yes. Well, you did retain some of your sentience after a little bit.
That was before I could fold away the arms. I'm pretty sure.
I believe so.
Or maybe...
You did meet that soul.
But it was a different me. I only have a vague sense of similarities. I don't know if it's a simulated duplicate or a duplicate.
It's hard to tell.
I don't even know.
The other soul. I'm a lot more worried about it.
Shite.
It may not have the ability to bend reality to its will, but it comes from a universe where the Foundation changed its main goal. Originally, it was to protect humanity from anything anomalous.
And hazardous, I assume.
The change from that, the complete extinction of humanity and any human sympathetics.
The fuck? Why?
That is not known. Even to myself, I would not venture into that mind.
It sounds like it's omnicidal.
The thing that bothers me is it has plenty of knowledge of the Foundation, and I fear there may be similarities between my universe and its. It may be able to replicate things.
So another good reason why you don't want to go in.
Another reason why I do not want this to get further than it already has. I do not know where it is, but it hasn't gone near any Foundation site. I'm having Ethan monitor that.
Then what of the familiar one?
It found its way back to the void it originated in. Where its universe was.
I don't think I can help too much with that, I'm afraid. At least I don't feel like I can. Even in any potential of trying to get them back.
Going to help me. A friend of Manji's. The Star Child.
One of her dream buddies?
Yep. I would fine with him and Priest, but for it to go forward, I'd need not be there.
I figured.
For fear of pulling him into myself unwillingly.
So you're working with one of her dream buddies. Not so good he might try to get her involved as well. If that's the case, then it might be wiser to bar Happy from it. If you do start making plans on it. Either that or this Star Child will have to find a way to stop them from fighting.
hopefully this matter is resolved by then, but
I don't know. I don't know. It's the factor of Happy taking fucking Magius' kid. And as far as I know, some demon lord in the name of Deimos more or less takes the kid under presumably Magius' instruction and leaves. Gone. As far as I know, from either of the two, Magius and Happy, he's more or less disappeared entirely.
Have you seen this Deimos they speak of?
No. All I remember hearing of was presumably someone that helped out Happy. I don't even know how, whether or not it's for protection or power giving or what have you. I mean, I don't think Happy's slowed down in terms of power. I sell that with Penguin.
I know. Then the child is in good hands.
I was about to question whether or not it would be. As far as I know, he's more or less a walking magical battery that is at constant risk of overcharge.
An all too familiar aspect.
I did wonder if they were able to get that part out of him. Maybe he could live a normal life. Maybe make it and alter my memories so that he was always my brother or my kid. In case Happy really wanted to give Magius another kick in the fucking ovaries at the last time. I don't know. Magius does have adoption papers for the kid. Would that technically mean that she becomes my godmother in that case? But that's a line of thinking too far gone at this point.
If Magius wishes to get rid of the child's abilities, I do know a way.
But it'll be an ordeal, won't it?
No, but
it'll require someone to be
very...
given up in exchange.
No, it's just not pleasant.
That kid was nice from what few times I saw him. As much as he is a kid of Mags, he deserves to have a normal life. Stuck
Everyone
trying
does.
to be apparently a fucking generator. Basically trying to be a living generator for Happy's fucking company.
I do not believe that is what Happy is doing with them, but...
Or more or less siphoning his energy, at the very least. Disparage.
Just the way you described it, where he is constantly at critical energy, then it would need to be done anyway.
Bollocks. And that could only make me wonder what the fuck Deimos is doing to mitigate it.
If it is a Deimos that I am familiar with, then I have ideas. But
I don't know. Maybe
things for another time.
Maybe you can take out this book then. Magius gave me this, detailing everything that happened between her, West, and Happy. The whole proper deal. No bias, no nothing. Probably in part proudly thanks to one of her dream buddies. She asked me to give that to Flower.
Look through this. Well, Flower is in my care, but I do not believe that we should
No.
play hands.
No. She also was slightly foolish enough to ask me to tell Flower where she was, in the hopes that she would come alone. The Azure Wings.
Flower is very close to happy.
Aye. The odds are good. Both of them are both Magius and Happy are manipulative to some degree. But she
Magius
has.
is the one that sent Priest after Happy, isn't it?
I know I heard about that. And I know what Priest told me is that he didn't even take part in it. Just sent some lower level versions of his troops.
Yes, I was there.
You were.
Happy asked me to when they learned of Priest being hired for it.
Priest only does shite if he's
Priest
asked.
had contacted them to give them a warning. So since Priest is
courteous.
On decent terms with Happy.
And being courteous like that. I know I spotted that at Atlantis. I know I also asked Priest to at least make sure Magius lives.
They're playing with gods, demons, and angels all alike, and you get to
and I'm
watch
here
as
I'm here stuck
everything
in the
gets thrown.
I'm here stuck in the middle of it. I'm not even a fucking pawn at this point. I'm the bloody checkerboard.
Give yourself more credit. You face down more than most will ever see in 10 lifetimes.
True. I mean, first time I accept a job from you and you send me into fucking hell. And I face a goddamn minigun and I face a minigun barreling at me. With a shield on it. And a fucking archangel, for fuck's sake. Gabriel. Of all fucking things. Apparently I'm the only one that gets his name right. According to that construct before he swung at me.
He wasn't a construct.
That was the actual archangel?
That was the actual one.
Oh shit! That... Maybe it's a good thing. Priest won't he let me go to Karen's Ferry then?
Well, one I brought under my employment. He lost his way after the events in his universe, and I offered him
I see.
A different one. He does work for me, doing some management things. He's I
see.
He's a good judge.
Judge. I doubt I would have seen the same Gabriel, or even the same judge at all if I were to go on to Karen's Ferry.
There are so many afterlives.
So many variants.
Matters on who.
I know I brought the devil Asmodai back from the graveyard of the gods after I inherited his power when we first were dealing with Harrow. And half the reason I wanted to was because he was a good friend of mine and was nice. The other half was because I couldn't sleep anymore. But I don't know how the fuck you do it.
I am a reactor that is constantly being powered by anything.
And this body's not meant to do that.
Yes.
Sure, during the fucking war against Elite Foundry, that waterfront we're doing, waterfront and industrial, I had to learn to meditate in order to make sure I didn't go fucking nuts from the quiet.
Yes.
Another devil.
A lot.
And I know you could probably ask Magius the same. I was apparently dangerously close to falling asleep when I relinquished his power. back to him. Apparently, the deepest layer of the dreaming realm. And I had to be there physically.
I am somewhat familiar with dreamwalking, though only because it's very closely related to void walking.
I suppose. Are dreams that similar to voids?
Dreams are interesting.
I suppose this could be a nice
I
calm
cannot
dream
put
for
a
someone.
description. Yes, for a lot of people. A nice, calm beach.
It feels like an age
Easy
since last I've spoke with
waters.
you. Here, at least. I don't even remember when. I know it was when I was staring at my
Long before
reflection
these
in the
things were far.
waters.
Well, no, that would actually be at the very end of horror stuff. After Red's death.
Oh, right.
Came back to you after we had transported him to District 2.
Aye. And then that district was nuked.
Oh,
I think the only
Right.
memorial that Red has
Fear.
left is at Atlantis.
I fear what has happened to his kin in there. If Levo Baron was controlled, he sought them out, and when they wouldn't
That's it.
side with him, he...
I know I
Yeah.
spotted Baron units with him. Or an extent. During the brief moments before that happened. Maybe it's just me feeling like I'm in over my head with a lot of shit. I'm a lackey that's barely learning how to use magic. I don't even have something to channel magic through, so it's just using my blood as a resource. I know I need to speak with
You can
Max about
channel
that.
magic through nearly anything.
What
It
Max
just
was
has
talking
to
about was
be
labelled as a divine
close
focus
to
of
you.
sorts. Like a wand or something I hold dear. I suppose in that case I was channeling it through flowers that'll plush you happy. Something that I felt carried importance. At the very least to the body, casting the magic. I know I realised I felt myself squishing the fucking thing when I wanted the flames to go further. I don't know if it's an instinctual
may.
thing, but
With you and your partner, get something that you both hold dear. You get that, and it gets you something to focus on.
I'll see. I can ask Max about Summit, perhaps. I know she's presently at Azure. If you want to have a talk with her about your discussions with that bloody Star Child or what have you. It's not a Nova kid, is it?
His name was Young Ho. Or Young Ho.
I know Max spoke with some
Whatever.
lad named Hope and some other lad named Truth. So,
That would probably be the old man he spoke about. Young Hope came to me while I dreamed in the early days after Necros struck me.
right.
I
You lost all your strength
do
and
not
you could dream
often.
again.
I dream rarely, but most of the time my dreams are controlled. A bridge that leads to nowhere. with water. Simple and calming.
I see. Some reason, I think I keep occasionally dreaming about some large mechanical city. Conveyor belts, pipes, weirdly steampunked vibe. I don't know.
And it's just you.
Windows stretching from wall to ceiling to wall. I don't quite
Look
really
at
know.
yourself, Jack.
It's probably
It's a reflection into you.
somewhat to my own desire, I suppose. I don't think it's trying to say I think of myself like a machine. Gods no. Or maybe it's the factor of me only thinking of the pack most of the time and not on my own fucking chest. Maybe, although harkening back to what you were saying earlier regarding me and Meline, maybe I should propose to her at some point.
It's something special. And
Or at least get something special for the both of us, eh?
dog tags, rings, they're all just symbols. It only matters of what it means to the both of you.
I don't even know what the tags mean to that boy I rescued from the hounds. But I know he
They
had
mean a
them.
lot, though.
Could mean anything, because he certainly
Dog
didn't
tags
look like
can
a fucking
carry
soldier.
a
to me.
very... When someone wears dog tags, there are two reasons. They are either their own, or someone very close to them.
Let's see.
And if it is someone very close to them, it is not for the reason we wish it.
I can only imagine what that boy's going through. After all, I can't exactly go myself. Armature don't do well with the turns of a dense forest, nor an enclosed bunker. This ain't a dense
If what has happened, I do not wish to go back to that city. At least not yet.
Something about weird demons with fires burning hot enough to go invisible. I don't even want to go back to
Not
that city if I
that.
can fucking help
It's-
it.
If I could... I wouldn't be in trouble with my higher-ups. I would have dealt with it immediately. Knowing that that demon has been plaguing Max, that should be dealt with soon enough.
Hopefully. I can only wish you and Max luck on that front. I only have an obligation to make sure the hounds don't come back. Both out of Baron's sake, really. Baron's a Chris as much as he's a fucking twat.
Baron... He's been thrown into too many battles that weren't his own.
Aye.
If he didn't work as a mercenary work, I would tell him to see. I respect him. He's a very valiant fighter and
Aye.
has given
He's a dad that's been through
wars
too
that were
much.
never his.
He's a dad that's been through too bally much.
But he won't stop. As much as he's angry with me, I cannot bring myself to try and set it straight. But I fear he will not listen, as Prostic won't.
I know Prostic has taken to wearing the bloody head of the bloody mix on his shoulders.
Prostic is scared. He was never given the chance to mature.
I suppose.
And he's petty.
I'm gonna strain my neck looking up at you like this.
It's fine.
Like that in the road.
I must go.
Then I've got someone on me, then I've at least got an itinerary. Get somewhere for me and Lane that we deem special. Get someone to work with. Dog tags to each other perhaps, or something. Maybe just nice little engagement.
Something made by your own hand would be able to suffice as well, and could mean a lot more.
I can make us engagement rings. It'll just be a surprise on when I'm able to give it to her.
You step on the pad you came in on, and you would be able to head back to wherever you wish.
Very well.
It's easier than me just sending you.
And thank you again for fixing me soul, Jones.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Aye. Who knows, if I somehow didn't think anything was amiss, who knows how long that would take. Christ.
Good luck, son. I will be in contact.
Thank you. Why, you're trying to be my godfather?
I've been a father figure to many.
You look like you'd be a better father look-alike for West, to be honest. Both of you are starry.
But
And well,
I tend to take the parental role just because I care.
I won't lie. Thinking about it, Westerosi definitely does look like he could be a combination between you and Fiverr.
Just maybe.
Maybe.
Brett, Jack, we have a lot of work ahead of us again.
When is there ever not?
As there is no rest for the wicked.
And I'm only trying to do good. What wicked shit have I done in my life? Besides associating with Happy.
About us. It's about speaking with the people who are working against us.
I suppose so. They certainly didn't give us any fucking rest.
I will see you.
Right. Aye, likely when I give a report to Trent.
Wasn't like.
Aye, I'll schedule it for Tuesday then. I don't know when. I'll have to work out a time with him then. Suppose that's the itinerary. Work out somewhat with Mags. Maybe forge me and Lynn some engagement rings. Talk with Mags about learning more magic. Try and turn the ring into a divine focus. You know, I did get her pregnant. Suppose it would only make sense to become engaged for the very least. I realised I didn't even bother to do that. So fucking damn already turning out to be. I shouldn't talk about me sin like that. But it is only natural to worry. about me saying and what impact I'll leave on me kid and the rest of us.